Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Lens and Cosenza, my podcast and YouTube channel that focuses on the province of Cosenza in Italy. As you know, we are preparing for our move to the province, and today I have a special guest. I have Filomena Tucci, better known as Millie. Um,
Hi.
Thank you for joining us, Millie. Um,
Hi.
Millie is a Cosentini, correct? Am I? Yes.
Exactly.
She lives in the province. And Millie, before we get started, let me ask you: Are you a native of the province? Were you born in the province of Cosenza?
Yes, absolutely. I'm native of Cosenza. I was born in 1977 in Cosenza,
Ah,
and after I go around the world.
I know this, and we will get into that. Do you live in Cosenza proprio or vicino?
Cosenza, Cosenza.
Cosenza proprio. Very good. Um,
Yes.
I know that you are a entrepreneur and a businesswoman. Could you tell me a little bit about your company, In Green SRL?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for your question. In Green is a project of friendship and love for nature. Because in 2014, we talked together, me and my friends, and talking about the future. And I was talking with the CEO of Ingreen, the Professor Fonte, a specialist in environment of University Reggio Calabria. And I told him, Fabio, the world is changing. We have to change everything. Because Fabio, you dedicated your life to environment, and now it's very important to fight for a change of mindset in the world, a new culture to respect nature, respect animals, respect the earth, respect the world, and reduce waste, monitoring the quality of air. And now is your moment. Fabio, you have to create a company, I told him in 2014. And Fabio answered me, Millie,
Very good.
I,
Eh,
I, I will do it, but I want you as owner, co-owner of the company. I want to create the company with you. No matter, why not? I'll be your investor, I'll be your partner in this mission. And we started with other friends together this idea of a startup in Reggio Calabria, but a global startup with a national and international client to communicate the importance of respect nature, respect the world, respect animals, respect air, and changing the quality of life and the quality of cities, fighting air pollution and fighting the dirty environment, reducing the use of cars and starting to use bike sharing, car sharing, public utilities, public bus to avoid pollution, for example. But overall, specialists monitoring pollution because we have a big international challenge. We don't know exactly the climate condition in every cities in the world. There are some black cities. For example, in Seattle, in Boston, in every moment during the day, you can enter in the website and control the quality of air in every part, in every street of the big area of Seattle, of the big area of Boston, of municipality of Boston. This is not possible, for example, in some cities around the world. This is closed information. We are working for open information and explaining better to young people, to old people, to mayor, the importance of monitoring air quality and fighting pollution.
Very good.
And some cities are starting, for example, to tracking daily the quality of air. In northern southern Italy too, but we don't have a unique website for Italy, for example, and we don't have the same quality of this kind of information. This is a challenge, a big challenge, and with my company Green, we are working to educate mayor, to educate the government of some ministry, for example, for some public ministers, for example, but also foundations, schools, companies, because education arrive at first. Education is a very,
Right,
very,
right.
very first step of this big global changement. We can change the world and we can create a cleanest condition of cities if we don't work hardly in education, in culture, changing the culture, changing by child the culture, engaging the child too, because child
Sure, sure.
sometimes are more sensible.
Right, right. Let me ask you about the challenges you're talking about with the environment and ecological issues on a bigger scale. What are some of the other challenges that you see for Calabria and for the province of Cosenza? What other challenges do you see that the province is faced with moving forward?
I really, really love Calabria. I really, really love Cosenza.
I know this.
I really believe it's a beautiful area of Italy, and I invite all America to visit Calabria, and especially to visit the magic town of Cosenza. There are some fantastic legend, but an ancient story too in Cosenza,
Mhm.
and they lived the great opportunity to study beautiful minds lived in Cosenza a lot years ago. For
Mhm.
example, some scientists, some writers, some artists, very important.
Right.
And I'm really, 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 really engaged by the vision of the city of sun. Tommaso Campanella wrote this book, a magic book,
Mhm.
The City of Sun, inspired by the structure of Cosenza. And you
Mhm.
have to read this
I
book,
wrote it
it's
down. Thank
magic.
you.
And after you have walked around the ancient town of Cosenza,
Mhm.
arrived upstairs in the castle and discover all the ancient legend and all part of story of my town. In particular, now there are some international research about the legend of King Alarico
Analytics, yes. Mhm.
along the river, but
Right.
all the province is fantastic and with magic science of a mix of culture.
This I know.
Calabria is a mix of population, a mix of
Yes.
culture.
Yes.
And for example, Cosenza born by the story of a magic woman, Brezia.
Mhm.
Brezia, a warrior,
Mhm.
a warrior, and she worked for peace between two groups fighting each other. Breti, the population of Breti, and the population of Enotri, and starts Cosenza. And this is magic because a woman founded Cosenza. Cosenza is very, very ancient and very,
Yes.
very rich of light. And this for you and your vision of movie maker is fantastic. I'll be glad and
Yeah.
honored to be your guide, your
Well, thank
liaison,
you.
and give
Thank you.
all information about my country. And we are very, very, very sensible to art. During last 10 years, our mayor and architect worked hardly for a mix between art and population, and created in a very poor area the box art. Some little houses for artists,
Sì,
for
ho
temporary
visto. Yes,
painter.
I saw.
Wonderful.
You know,
Wonderful.
Millie, I've been coming to Cosenza now for 30 anni. My first trip was in 1990, and I come back every year, maybe twice a year. Finally, now I've decided to become an expat and now live where I always go. Uh, there's so much positive things taking place in the province. And
Absolutely.
why do so many young people leave? I watched one of your videos, and you said that you look at the province through very positive glasses, very light. Why do you think so many people, young people, they need to look at like your perspective on very positive? Why do they leave? What could be done to keep them very positive, not looking at the region or the province through dark glasses? What do you think?
Our young people need to go away because unemployment, but also for because they are curious. They want to study outside. They want to go around the world and see what's happening around the world. I think this is a very positive moment of their life, and it was a positive moment for my life because I'm a migrant, a cultural migrant. I started my migration when I was very, very, very young, and I lived in Milan, in Czech Republic. I studied in Boston, New York, in Seattle, in Austin, and last month I went in Dubai, in Emirates. But I always decide to come back. I never forget my Calabria. And I think this is the real challenge. Young people needs to go away because
Ah,
they need to create their experience.
to expand,
They
yes.
need to share, to
Ah,
know other country, to know other culture, to have their degree in a big university, famous university. But the real problem is when they go away, they didn't come back. This is the
ah,
real problem. This is the real problem because our country become poor if people go away and don't come back. This is the challenge. We have to create the condition for young people to come back after
I
their
see.
experience and create connection, international connection with all community of Calabresi in America, Calabresi in Canada, Calabresi in
Brasilia,
London,
Argentina, yes, yes.
Calabresi in absolutely the connection.
I
The
see that.
connection is the challenge, and
Mhm.
university could be the really hub of this changement because Calabrian universities are good university,
Hmm.
especially I love the University of Cosenza,
Hmm.
and there are some department, for example, of engineer decontamination lab connected with other part of the world, and this is the challenge of the future. Our young people could decide to study in Tuscany, could decide to study in Milan, could decide to study in London or in New York, but when they come back, they have an opportunity. They could create a new job, they could create collaboration with our mayor, with our university, with our territories.
This leads me
In,
to a very important question for you. What types of products or services do you see there being a need for in the province for a young person to come back and say, I see an opportunity with this type of product or this type of service? What do you see moving forward in the future for the province?
I have a vision. I really believe we need mayor and vice mayor and deputy of all municipalities of Calabria, especially for historical cities,
Hmm.
similar to account, key account manager, international manager with international culture to promote our territories around the world, attract investor, attract collaboration, attract companies, and create a good communication and a new positioning in the world of image and reputation of Calabria. This is a super challenge because a lot of people around the world don't know where is Calabria,
Ah,
don't know anything about our stories, and have a dirty image, a wrong image of Calabria. In particular, Calabria means mafia,
mhm,
means corruption, means ndrangheta,
mhm,
means only poverty and condition of woman, poor condition. This is a terrible part of our story, but I don't want to talk of this part. I really believe we have to talk about the beautiful part of our
absolutely.
story.
I noticed on your LinkedIn page, your banner, you have a table, and on the table there is a book of the Constitution of the United States. I found that interesting. Perché? Why the Constitution of the United States?
Because I have the honor of study in the special program IVLP International Visitor Leadership Program, invited by State Department during 2019. And for this reason, all value of America, of American Constitution, all value of American states are deeply inside me, in particular, the value of democracy. This is a very, very big lesson. And I think the friendship between America and Italy never stop, never stop.
No, no. What is the soft revolution? I'm very interested in. You have written about this. Could you tell us about the soft revolution?
Absolutely, yes. I have 3 43 years. And when I was 30, I decided to study philosophy after university, after a master in statistics and economics, after my specialization in business. I decided to come back to a humanistic culture and a humanistic background. And after this experience of PhD in Milan, I decided to give back all my experience of advisor of mayor, advisor of ministry, advisor of companies in communication, in marketing and innovation, but using another perspective, the perspective of the future. What will be next 10, next 20 years? I imagined the solution, the software revolution. What's the software revolution? It's a complex revolution investing different sector, and people are not completely happy in this moment, because some of this revolution started yet. Some of these revolutions are in an advanced phase, but some of them are not completely realized. And for this reason, all people are living in this moment in the world in a big switch with the ancient world and the new world. In the new world of this software revolution, there will completely realize the female revolution, the growth of female power in economics and politics. The young revolution will respect more young people and their idea using reverse mentoring in the future, and will create the condition for a rapid career for young people with high quality, with talent. This is a challenge, but it is also my vision of the future, the talent revolution.
I think you are correct. Mhm.
Because if we use the American model, will be um, hungry of talent. We would like to know people with talent, and we decided to hire people with talent. We will be curious of talent and will promote the talent.
I
In the
believe
future, will
you are correct.
thank you. We'll also live the European Revolution, and this is very important because there are some stop and go, and the reorganization of the European government, and we are completely living this crisis of Europe, but also the growth of Europe and the European Revolution. And in the future also we live other important revolution, for example, the digital revolution.
You
This
are
is an
correct.
advanced revolution, and after pandemic, this is advanced revolution, but not completely realized
I
revolution
think
too.
we are on the cusp of blockchain. The blockchain technology in 2 years is going to change the world, just like the internet changed the world. In the 90s, when you said World Wide Web, people looked at you like you were crazy. Now, internet is part of our lives. We're doing this interview because of the internet. Within 2 years, blockchain is going to change everything in the world. And
Absolutely, I agree.
yeah,
Agree.
yeah. Let me conclude with this question for you. I'm so impressed with what you're doing in the province and your work worldwide. I did my research on you, and I'm anxious to meet you when I come out there. We'll be out there in October. We'll be.
We are
Look,
talking. We are talking together. You
yes,
are in Chicago.
yes.
I'm in south of Italy, and this is because digital skills and digital platform.
Right. Well, let me ask you this question, Millie. If you could wave a magic wand, if Richard Branson, Elon Musk, Bill Gates said, Millie, I love everything you're doing. Don't worry about money. What would you do right now? If you could just say, okay, tomorrow I could do this, what would you do? What would you do for the province?
I work hardly to create international connection.
Hmm.
Because working with the international connection, similar to your idea of
Hmm.
a movie group in the south of Italy,
Hmm.
we can create new jobs, new opportunities, new culture, international and modern culture, fighting corruption fighting, poverty fighting, a closed culture to say in my town, I don't want to see other people, I don't want to travel, I have fight of people of other religion,
Yes.
open
Open.
international
Yes.
and multicultural mindset. This is important, and this is the resource for economical development. If we attract people, attract companies, attract investors, attract new resource and human capital, and create conditions to fight unemployment and fight poverty, but also create opportunity to all people of the world to know our important resource, our big and fantastic story.
I believe with you, the region has a treasure with you. The province of Cosenza is very fortunate to have you
Thank you.
spearheading the efforts to bring not only the economic situation up, but to make people aware of how vital the province is. My research shows me there are 500 very interesting points throughout the province. And I want to get a commitment from you that I could meet you when I come out and we could talk more. And I plan to be
I'm sure.
very positive when I get out there, not only with my filmmaking. My wife, Lucia, is a writer director. She's done 6 of her films in Italy. And we decided, you know what? We're going to go to Calabria and we're going to continue making films. And we want to work with everybody. Millie, thank you so much for
Good Lucia.
we could be talking for hours, and we will. Can we agree to do this again sometime in the future?
Thank you. Absolutely. We have to talk again and again and again.
We will, and I look forward to meeting you. Thank you for your time. I know you're a very busy lady. I look forward again to talking with you again. We're here on Lens on Cosenza. Please give us a like, subscribe to our channel. We talk about Cosenza, only Cosenza, tutte Cosenza. Millie, thank you. We will talk soon.
From Los Angeles to Los Angeles.
Bye, Millie. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.